So, now this is an HEF round of 100mm caliber against a target as far as 1500 meters. HEF rounds can be sent out to 7,000 meters with a firing rate of up to 10 rounds per minute. Now the AAV starts moving and fires 30mm gun. Right, while the powerful BMD-4M, I was actually about awestruck with the performance of the 30mm gun they have. But now, on the right side, the well-known armored personnel carriers of the Russian production are coming, and these are the BTR-82A, and the latest modification of the BTR family of Russian APCs, the BTR-82AT. And this is its first appearance in a demo show of this kind. They have been in service all over the world. Russian BTRs are in service in over 30 countries on different continents in various geographic and climatic conditions. In the Army, in Marine Corps, and they have been widely employed in many peacekeeping missions. The BTR-82A is a combat-wheeled amphibious vehicle designed to transport motorized rifle units and provide fire support to them on the battlefield. The troopers can also deliver fire from the vehicle using portholes. The BTR-82A armored personnel carrier is a product of a deep modernization of the BTR-80A APC, boasting improved performance and operational characteristics. The combat weight is 16 tons, crew is 10 people. The firepower of the armored personnel carrier has been increased by installing a unified combat module with a combined day-night sight, electric drives and a digital
visibility. We are hoping this weather will keep for the semi-finals and the finals on the 27th. Please do note it down in your calendars and join us for the finals of the relay races on the 27th. And now, introducing the 4 teams featuring in this race: Laos, Armenia, Syria and Myanmar. Every team also appointed a referee for this individual heats race. And let us introduce the referees: Captain Htun Naumyo from Myanmar, Syria, Captain Salman Khalzma, Armenia, Lieutenant Colonel Armen Feranyan, and Laos, Lieutenant Colonel Senmani Kamchan. Dear friends, please let me remind you that this live broadcast is on the Star Zvezda TV channel. And this is your all-time host, Nikolai Fedorov. Co-hosting for the English-speaking audiences is Dmitry Kulinsky. Also, we'd like to let you know that mil.ru is the website for the direct broadcasts. in Russian. Certainly you're able to watch in all languages, in Russian or English. Now introducing Myanmar team, color-coded green tag, tank commander, Captain Tың. The gunner, Captain Nain Tiếp, and the driver is Private Piochio, Myanmar, second crew. The red color-coded tank on the second fire line, Syria, Arab Republic. Tank commander, Senior Lieutenant Mohammed Makhlouf. The gunner is Warrant Officer Mohammed Halil. And the driver is Warrant Officer Hassan Ahmed. Syria, second crew. The third fire line, yellow color-coded tank, introducing Republic of Armenia, second crew. Tank commander, Lieutenant Sasun Haratyan. The gunner, Private Mikhail Benoyan, and the driver, Arsen Abramyan. Armenia, yellow color-coded tank. On the left flank is the blue color-coded tank, Laos People's Democratic Republic. Introducing the tank commander, Senior Lieutenant Loan Butsadi Sengsuli, the gunner, Senior Sergeant Vilavong Phetsamai, and the gunner and the driver, Captain Saladen Chakaphong, Laos, second crew. Well, dear friends, all is set to start the next individual hits race. And this is your tank biathlon hosts. The signal is given. This is the command for the crews to take their seats in this T-72B3. T-72B3s are supplied to all the teams to take part by the hosting country, Russian Federation. Two other teams use own tanks. People's Republic of China uses their own produced Type 96B, and Belarus also uses their own T-72B3s that are already in service of the Belarus Armed Forces. So, T-72B3s, this is the upgraded modification of the famous, legendary 72 model. Commanding is the chief referee, Major General Kirill Kulakov, the chief of Kazan Tankers Academy, the cradle of Russian tankers. Now, back to the track, Myanmar. First crew, 27:43. That was certainly an amazing result for the country. It's certainly a dark horse of this tournament. A very strong side. Amazed us with the first crew show. Right now, the chief referee is hearing reports from the coaches and the tank commanders, and the signal to start the race is about to be given. The tanks are going to start with a few minutes interval to break them up through the range so as to avoid congestion and to provide for the audience better fire missions for the teams in turn. Right now, let's support all the teams taking part in this individual hits race. Laos, Armenia, Syria and Myanmar. The fans are lining the stands today, supporting their teams. We have lots of audience offline and certainly offline audiences. Now, the Russian Federation team is also supporting the crews of this Division 2 teams. However, certainly lots of positive emotions, important experience has to be taken in. Now, Russian Federation third crew will take the field on Sunday. few days still remain for other hits of first and second division, so we'd like to wish the best of mood to everyone. And please enjoy the show. This is one of the most unique, unforgettable contests in the International Army Games, taking place back in 2013 for the first time here at Alabina, Army Proving Ground number 203 for the Western Military District. Well, only seconds remain before the start of the race, and this is the chief coach of Myanmar team, standing next to the chief referee of the contest, Major General Kirill Kulakov. Certainly also safety considerations are one of the paramount in this tank biathlon. Certainly we want all the servicemen from all the countries to come back home safe and sound. In case the tank suffers any technical problems through the crew's fault, the team can be disqualified as an ultimate result, and if this is the result of recklessness. Now, the decision was taken to give the ground to Syria first. The red color-coded tank on the second fire line, and start your engines. Let's support Syria. All forward for Syria, Arab Republic. Second cruise. Now let me remind you that the team, the best team after the tally of this individual hits, the leaders of the second division, winning the second division, striking gold, is going to score their ticket into the first division. Now we are watching the obstacle, restricted maneuvering, certainly not providing many problems for these drivers. By the way, road traffic rules also apply at the tank biathlon. If two tanks are racing in parallel and one of them is passing on the right, certainly you have to give way on the right, just same as in road traffic. Otherwise, this could result in disqualification in case of possible collisions. Now, this is the ammo loading pit stop to perform their first fire mission. And the crew is quickly loading these 125mm shells. Please mind you that these shells weigh 29 kilo each. So a bit of exercise for this morning. 3 additional rounds are on standby in case of targets hit, according to the number of targets. In case additional ammo doesn't result in hits, this results in penalty laps. 2 penalty laps for each missed target. Now the penalty laps this year are located on both ends of the track. The length of the penalty laps is 500 meters. For missing target number 12, 2 penalty laps are assigned, because certainly this tank imitating targets are the most critical fire mission in these individual hits. And Syria is in the firing line, about to engage. Targets out in the field from 16 to 1800 meters. Although the 3 targets were raised simultaneously, that's another change from this year. The gunner will need to engage at own discretion these targets, selecting the first target to engage independently. Fire! Bravo! Clipping the left tank target. We can see it quite well, and it's a hit. Quite a good side, quite a strong side, representing Syria. And certainly that's why we are here today. That's what we expect every year from this tank biathlon. This competition certainly is unmatched among all world sporting events. Certainly Formula One is remarkable, unforgettable, the speed, the power, but there is no fires. And here you have the greatest motorsport event in the world. You have speed, you have adrenaline, and you have live fires. Now, second shot. Looks like it was too short. Risking some penalty laps here. Team Syria, unfortunately for the fans and the driver for Syria Crew 2. Certainly a lot will rest on his shoulders, taking the team through the penalty laps. The third target still remains for Team Syria. And fire! The target is hit. The lower right-hand corner has been hit. Now 2 penalty laps are issued. This is an experienced gunner, second-year veteran of this tank biathlon. Last year, Syria took the 11th position in the overall rankings, and now Myanmar is also in the ground, beginning their race. Let's see if Crew 2 from Myanmar can overtake their own first group, the best time of 27:43. TទឹNG is the tank commander. This is his first appearance at the tank biathlon, a 29-year-old veteran of Myanmar Armed Forces, the Tatmadaw. Congratulations. Now, white flags raised by the line referees to indicate clean passage. All of the obstacles are carefully monitored by the line referees. And white or red flags indicate fault or clean passages. Pit stops, penalty pit stops, are the result of any scuffed or knocked poles. This wastes about 1 minute time for the crew, where they have to dismount, perform an inspection of the vehicle, and re-enter. Now, over to the replays of this last fire mission. Syria progresses through the course, while we see Myanmar loading their ammunition for the next fire mission. Just watching them doesn't seem very hard. However, the driver does have to raise this 29-kilo shell above his head, which is certainly a good fitness round before his next, before he progresses along the ground. Many of you are asking, where can the tickets for this tank biathlon be purchased? Well, they're available at TęNG-biathlon.com, and the prices are around $20 in currency exchange rates. Many of Moscow residents, many take opportunity to visit Alabina to enjoy this unforgettable, unique show. And the 3 targets representing tanks are now out in the range. First fire for Myanmar hit. The target is hit. The upper right-hand corner of the right target has been hit. just skimming the target, slightly more to the left, and this could have resulted in penalty laps. But Myanmar is quite confident with their fire accuracy. The first crew also impressed us with their performance. So let us see whether this crew can improve on their best time in the first hits for the first crew. Now, next shot. Well, doesn't look like it's a hit. Over. The shell went over the target, earning 2 penalty laps for the target. Syria just scored 2 of these targets, so we expect Myanmar to try and match this result right now. About to take their third shot, while Syria is almost in the second lap. We're going to record all the lap times for every crew, which these lap times are going to go into the general ratings. And the third shot, third target, it's a hit. It's a hit on the lower right-hand corner of the target. 2 out of 3 was the fire accuracy in this fire mission. And now Armenia out in the ground. Second crew for Republic of Armenia. Armenia, by the way, is the only team represented by the conscripted servicemen doing their military service in the armed forces of the Armenian Republic. These are just young boys, certainly officers and commanders, however, still very young. And Armenia has been building their national servicemen for a few years now for this tank biathlon, so nothing unusual in that. Now Syria, second lap, just recorded their first lap time, and Laos is starting the race. Myanmar is going on their 2 penalty laps. And we're watching the live fire mission on targets number 12 in the replays for Myanmar. That was the second shot, clearly over. And the third shot was certainly a hit. A positive result for the team. Syria is in the designated pit stop. This is the new obstacle that replaces the rake from the previous years. The crew has to dismount at this designated pit stop obstacle and load their machine gun. The coaxial machine gun will also be loaded here and set up, which certainly results in more time being spent. What is not as easy as the rake, of course. The crews used to just fly across the obstacle in the previous years. However, now about a minute's delay is warranted by this obstacle. The tank commander for Armenia reports ready to proceed to the fire mission, and this is the Armenian coach. And also the referee for Armenia. We can see that they're anxious for the young servicemen. The gunner is only 19, along with the driver. It's a great honor for these young boys to stand up to uphold the honor of their country at this tank biathlon at such a young age. Certainly your country, your parents, your compatriots may be proud of you. Everyone watching us in this live broadcast at the Zvezda TV channel live or mailed through the site of Ministry of Defense, Russian Federation, or online on YouTube. Certainly all of us are supporting the teams, including Armenia. We have many Armenians living in the Russian Federation, and certainly they are one of our closest neighbors, sharing long and strong ties with the Russian Federation. Now about to engage yellow color-coded targets. By the way, color-coded yellow targets are certainly more of a challenge as opposed to blue, red or green colors, because during sunny days, sometimes in the glare, these yellow color-coded targets are quite difficult to spot at distances of almost reaching 2 kilometers away. Now Myanmar is about to record their first lap time. Let us see how well they do on the first lap. First lap is only a short lap, practically half the track. The following 2 laps are longer. The length of the total track distance is 4 kilometers, 100 meters, and the Armenian tank commander is reporting a delay. We will need to make sure whether this is technical or not, and in case it is ruled technical not through the cruise fault, this time will be the time that stopped for Armenia now will be subtracted from the total time of the team. These are the rules, and this concerns all the teams. Now Syria in the replays on the slope obstacle. There was a scuffed pole, which will result in a pit stop. Red flag was raised by the line referee. By the way, Laos last year also appeared in the 2nd division, taking the 5th position in the overall rankings. We spoke to the coach and the referee for Laos team, and certainly they had not wasted any time. They prepared well. The hard lessons of last year were learned by Laos, and we're hoping for an improved performance. Laos crew are veterans of this tank biathlon. The driver, it's the driver's 3rd year, and Gunner's 2nd year on this tank biathlon. Only the commander is in his first visit to this ground, and now Syria finally, no, sorry, Armenia actually takes their first shot. The anxiety due to the delay probably told on the gunner, and Syria is now attacking target, imitating a low-flying enemy helicopter with their anti-aircraft 12.7mm Colt machine gun. That target imitating helicopter is equipped with a flare, and we will clearly see smoke in case the target is hit. However, we see the 15 rounds with 6 traces in volleys flying. However, it's a miss for Syria, and Armenia just missed their 2nd target. Unfortunately, no additional ammunition is allowed for Division 2 teams. And what we see for the first 3 targets is the end of the fire mission. Necessary misses result in penalty laps, and in this case, Armenia goes to 6 penalty laps. This equals additional 3 kilometers. Arsen Abrahamyan is the Armenian driver, and the lot is resting on his shoulders now. By the way, T-72B3s enjoy an 840 horsepower engines, enabling them, according to official standards, to reach speeds of 70 kilometers an hour. However, Russian Federation tankers has set a record on this track of 84 kilometers an hour. Well, not Formula One, but certainly makes for a wonderful motorsport event. Just imagine you're driving to your country home on a Sunday and you're being overtaken by a tank in traffic. Certainly a high speed, almost 85 kilometers an hour. Enough to get a speeding ticket in some countries. Now Laos is out on the firing line, about to tackle their first 3 targets. Let's wish Laos good luck. The first crew for Laos this year had not hit a single target. Let us keep our fingers crossed for more accuracy for crew 1, for crew 2. And now, first shot from Laos. It's a miss. Target is obstructed, however, there is a report that it was a hit. We were too fast in rolling at a miss. Yes, it's a hit at the bottom, middle bar, in the middle. At the very bottom, there is a clear hole. It's not very easy to see for us from this angle, but we'll see it in the reviews. The referee and coach for Laos are smiling now. First target for the team. About to engage the third, while Syria is racing past on their second lap, almost finishing their second lap. No hurry here, certainly. However, time is only 4 minutes for the 3 targets. Well, debatable. The referees are reporting it's a miss. It's definitely a miss. Was a bit of a ricochet, however, it did not damage the target. The next team, color-coded blue, the next Laos crew, will be able to reuse these targets, which is certainly making the target crew from Alabina Army Proving Ground happy. A separate big thank you to the hosts at Alabina, working day and night. And this a shot, just destroying this target with the third shot. It took him a while to aim, but unfortunately this was reported a ricochet. The ground from the ricochet hit the target. Unfortunately, rolled a miss. As Syria continues out of the fort and goes into a pit stop. This pit stop was assigned for breaching the slope obstacle. There was a mistake made at the slope. We're going to see it in the replays, and in the meanwhile, Myanmar is continuing its live fire mission on the second fire mission. The target represents the low-flying enemy helicopter, and tank commander TទឹNG is using the anti-aircraft machine gun with 15 rounds, 6 traces, as to best correct his fire accuracy on this target. Let us keep our fingers crossed and hope that Myanmar, a very strong performer, dark horse actually this year in 2nd division. We're expecting a lot from Myanmar during this anniversary tag biathlon. However, unfortunately, it seems that Myanmar missed on the helicopter target. One penalty left for Myanmar. Just look at this tanks just out of the fort, having taken a cold bath on this warm day, and this is Laos, while Myanmar goes to its penalty laps, and this is the replay for Laos' last fire mission. First shot, it's a miss. Actually, that was the hit. It was rolled a hit. The lower right-hand corner, we can see it clearly being hit. Second was under, and third was under. However, a ricochet knocked out the target, breaking it to pieces. The target crew will need to set up new targets for the next cruise. Now, Syria is in the anti-tank trench obstacle with a giant step, just flying into the trench and out. Everything goes according to plan today. Fine sunny day, everything goes according to plan, as generally in the armed forces of the Russian Federation, and all is well also in Russia at large. Now, Syria records their second lap time, 24:37. Syria was the first team taking the field today, so we will wait for Myanmar to finish their second lap. Who is the leader of this second division individual hits for second cruise? Myanmar, 68 kilometers an hour races. However, they have to be careful in the obstacles. Now, what is happening with Armenia? Careful now. There was a skid. Apparently after a drift. Look at this. This is a drifting corner. This is the famous Armenian turn. Whoa, dear friends. Almost repeating the accident that we saw back in 2014. A 46-ton armored vehicle remained on track, but that was certainly dangerous. In 2014, Armenia flipped the tank in a similar maneuver in a practice round. Fortunately, no one was injured. Armored vehicle also didn't suffer serious damage, so thank God for that. And now Laos, designated pit stop. They're about to load their coaxial machine gun and set it up. Now here is, now first this is the anti-aircraft cord machine gun, 12.7mm caliber. By the way, dear friends, this is the same machine gun that is available for target practice here at Alabina. However, it uses blanks. And the chief umpire is stopping the race. The time has been stopped in relation to the need to return Armenia crew to the track in this last drifting corner, almost flipping the tank. The tank engine stalled, and Armenia is not able to start it now. They may need to ask for a replacement tank. Replacements are penalized with 1 penalty lap, and only 1 replacement is available. Only 1 replacement is allowed, despite the crew having 3 tanks from the hosts. Certainly one penalty lap will result in this mishap. Everyone has stopped at different points along the track. Well done to stop the race just on time. We're seeing that the minefield area in the upper right-hand corner was just passed by Myanmar. They stopped just in time before this sharp turn where Armenia is now stuck. Arsen Abrahamian, the driver for Armenia Crew 2, made a mistake here, and we are going to see a tank replacement now, and then the race will continue. Now, summing up the previous heats of the second division, as we said earlier, 27:43 is the best time for Myanmar. The leaders enjoying every opportunity to take gold in the second division and enter the first division next year. Certainly a brilliant, remarkable performance from Myanmar. So in the second position, South Ossetia 36-30, Syria in the third position, Tajikistan fourth, Iran, Mali, Laos, Abkhazia, Armenia, Sudan and Zimbabwe. Certainly the ratings table will be changed after these hits, but now the tanks are still paused. A bit of time to rest for everyone, and this year all of the teams on their off days have to pass their technical qualifications, which we're watching now. The Republic of Belarus is now doing their technical qualification, and the international referees are carefully observing them replacing their tank tread. Their track is being replaced, repaired. In case this happens on the track, the crews certainly have to be proficient in replacing G-tracked tracks. The second part of technical qualifications involves preparing to evacuate the tank out of quagmires using logs. So this is certainly not an easy job. All of the crew is taking part in this technical qualification, and following all of these technical qualification rounds, we are going to select the best crew for technical qualifications for both first and the second division. We're also going to have another nomination this year, which will allow us to award the crew that doesn't use T-72B3s. Let me remind you, the Chinese team uses Type 96B. They use their own tanks, and so will merit a special nomination. Now, this is the evacuation crew towing this tank out of the way. Unfortunately, this was the crew's, certainly the crew's fault, stalling this engine, and we're not going to get too far ahead of ourselves, but it's possible here that this time will not be given back to Team Armenia. Last year, Team Armenia did not take place similar to 2020. They missed 2 years because of the pandemic, and year 2011 saw them in 11th position. Let's learn their position this year. We'll know the results on Sunday. this Sunday we'll see the last individual hits on the 21st of August. And also on the 21st of August, dear friends, we're expecting the third cruise taking the ground for Russian Federation, the undefeated champions of the track, along with China, Belarus and Kyrgyzstan. We're still waiting for the command to continue. Yes, they're racing. Laos is surging forward and is over, striving for the next fire mission. Laos fans are supporting their teams, clapping, cheering, and Myanmar has finally passed this sharp turn. We can now it's certainly once again earned this name, this designation of Armenia turn after this drift out of the fort. Certainly selecting the right gear is important here. In high gears the tank may stall in the fort, which will result in the penalty pit stops. Now, dear friends, this tank may pass water obstacles after up to 2.7 meters in depth. 3,750 machine gun rounds is the full ammo load for the machine gun. Also upgraded, various types of upgraded ammunition are used by the main smoothbore 125mm cannon. Loaded the ammunition belt, 15 rounds. Syria on the third lap now. Only one target, number 9, is facing them. It's a glass-covered target representing an enemy AT RPG unit. Now the gunner for Syria Arab Republic, Warrant Officer Mohammed Hamil, is about to take this fire mission. He is a 40-year veteran of this tank biathlon. Despite being only 23 years of age, he's been racing in this tank biathlon since he was 19 only. So 15 rounds, 6 races, sufficient ammunition to shatter this target to pieces. Let's hold our breath for Syria. Armenia, in the meanwhile, has already replaced the tank, and they're about to continue progress along the track. Actually, right now, I think we're seeing the tank change. The crew is taking their seats in the new tank. Now, Laos has just fouled the slope obstacle. Second pit stop penalizes the team, and Syria finished their fire mission with no result. Penalty lap will need to be done by the team, and Myanmar, the Tatmadaw tank goes to the third lap, recording their lap time, only about 1.5 minutes behind Syria. Well, the first crew best time for Myanmar still stands, 27:43. Armenia is now back on track with the new vehicle. One penalty lap will result in this tank replacement. This is a rule of this tank biathlon, abided by all of the teams. the Armenians stopped because they started movement without orders. Certainly they were a bit shaken up after this drift and forgot to report ready to move. So as no order was given, they were stopped, and they are about to report and get permission to progress. Certainly this young tankers from Armenia will need to do their homework, and some hard lessons will need to be learned. Not all is lost yet for Armenia team in this individual heats race. Third crews are yet to take the field, and all of the results are going to go into the final tally. First best crews for every team are also going to be awarded. So despite the poor results of the first two crews, third crew may yet show us a brilliant performance and receive their just rewards. Now we're also going to see the semi-finals of the relay race on the 23rd and the 24th of August, and certainly the long-expected finals of the world's strongest tankers, clashing the gladiators of the four countries, first division, taking part in the contest on the 27th of August. This is going to be truly unforgettable, the gold final. Mark it down in your calendars. While we're watching Laos about to engage the helicopter target. Once again, 15 rounds for this 12.7mm anti-aircraft gun. 25-year-old senior lieutenant Lanbutsadi Sengsuli is about to tackle this fire mission. We can see him carefully aiming, about to open fire. Volleys sound in the range. Big rounds, 12.7mm. However, past the target. Sometimes the smoke flare doesn't go off in case of hits. Because of this, the referees for the race, the flagmen, are carefully watching and monitoring the targets. After every race, all the targets are double-checked, verified. Videos are taken to make sure the targets were hit or missed. And during the hearing of the Umpires Commission, the final results are then logged, and quite possible that the time given for penalty laps for these targets may be reversed in case they were actually hit. It's quite a comprehensive system, providing for fairness and transparency on behalf of the international referee team. Armenia, designated pit stop. Still facing another penalty lap for target 25, representing tanks, that was missed. Taking the machine gun, setting it up. This is the same 12.7mm anti-aircraft gun for the next fire mission. Not much remains for Syria and Myanmar. In the meanwhile, before the finish line, Syria was the first to start and will be the first to finish as well. And right now, the crew is on the right flank, but we are watching Laos in our screens. Second lap, entering their first penalty lap, closest to their location. Syria is past the slope. No red flags. About to face the restricted passage of 40 meters. A huge number of balls. Even if one of these balls will be scuffed by the tank, this will result in the penalty pit stop. Certainly we are hoping the team can quickly pass these obstacles and race to the finish. Now, Myanmar is about to engage the last target, representing the AT unit, shoulder-fired missile, anti-tank missiles. This is the last of the 5 targets in the individual hits. The first 3 were tanks. The 4th was the low-flying helicopter target. And now we're seeing the AT unit. And Syria is at the finish line, while Myanmar is still about to engage. This is Syria racing for the finish. Well done for Arab Republic of Syria. And Myanmar just shattered the AT unit target. Well done for Myanmar, taking their fire accuracy to 3 out of 5. Myanmar fans are dancing in the stands. They're certainly in with a chance to still become leaders in this race. Not much remains before the finish. The 29-year-old tank commander, Captain TទឹNG, takes his tank along the course, and the gunner Tve has just performed a brilliant attack on the last target. Now everyone are watching us online on YouTube, the Ministry of Defense website, and the Star Zvezda TV channel. Introducing the team for Syria. Tank commander, Senior Lieutenant Mohammed Makhloud, gunner, Warrant Officer Mohammed Khalil, and driver, Warrant Officer Hassad Ahmed. Bravo, Syria, well done. Now, fire accuracy for Syria stands at 2 out of 5. Well, despite a large number of penalty laps, the team was able to finish their performance in this individual hits race, certainly with a decent result, 38.03. Zimbabwe and Sudan, unfortunately, are still in the last positions of the ratings. Myanmar was too fast. It just caught the pole. Let's see if this was a mine. Red flag. Unfortunately, they knocked on the mine. Now all the mines in the minefields are represented by the obstacle poles, so it's quite obvious to everyone when the tank hits one of these. Laos and Armenia both in lap 2, still facing another lap and another fire mission. Some good speeds are being recorded today, ladies and gents. Up to 65 kilometers an hour. The Ford cooled down a little bit of a cold shower for Myanmar. They need to have a bright finish. 35-37 is the elapsed time for the team. Not more than 2-minute gap between Syria and Myanmar. If it weren't for the penalty pit stop, if it weren't for this minefield pole just knocked, they would have had more chances to become the leaders in this race. But let's it's not over yet. Let's wait for the end of the race. Perhaps they can manage it quite quickly and still catch up to Syria. All of the Russian fans are supporting all of our friends, all of the teams. We couldn't certainly we couldn't say that there is only that there is bias. No, real love, brotherhood and friendship reigns at this tank biathlon grounds. Many of the tankers are veterans. They know each other, and certainly we could say that this tankers have a good tradition. Every year in August they meet at this proving ground, Alabina. But the Russian Federation team is reshuffled annually. Fresh crews are fielded. And Armenia is about to engage the anti-aircraft machine gun fire on the helicopter target. By the way, the spectators are also able to enjoy some target practice with a blanked quad machine gun. Look at this dangerous moment just now. Almost a collision. Myanmar had to stop to give way to the right. Well done by Myanmar driver, certainly. Armenia is now firing on the helicopter target and the flare is smoking. Well done for Armenia. With the first volley striking target number 25 and is about to continue progress along the competition track without any penalty laps, dear friends. However, one penalty lap still remains for Armenia for the tank replacement. The anti-tank trench, white flags by the law and referees, no faults. Myanmar out of the anti-tank trench as well. Very little time remains, just a few meters, but they are in the second position already. So close and yet so far. It seems as if you could reach the finish with your hand, but the pit stop will need to be taken. Careful now. Look at this, it just drifted before the treadway obstacle. However, the driver was able to bring the tank under control without losing the way. That's a very important point at this obstacle, which could result in penalties. No rollbacks and no losing the bridge are allowed. Now this is a designated pit stop for Laos. All of the three crewmen have to dismount. Usually the driver gets out first because it's harder for him to get out quickly. They're picking up the Kalashnikov coaxial machine gun and finish for Myanmar. Myanmar fans are now cheering in the stands. 39:44 was the time. 1 minute 41 seconds behind Syria. But well done. Well done. You're real heroes of your nation. Congratulations to Myanmar servicemen. And now they're flying their national colors for the Republic Union of Myanmar here at Alameda Army Proving Ground. Well done for Myanmar tankers. 3 out of 5 for fire accuracy, slightly behind the first crew. So some hard lessons will need to be learned by the coaches. And the third crew, we will keep our fingers crossed that the third crew will give us an even better performance, taking Myanmar into the top of the rankings. Now reintroducing Myanmar crew, Senior Lieutenant. The tank commander was Captain Tбыл, the gunner Captain Dane Zoktve, and the driver Private Pio Piachio. Now let me remind you, dear audiences, that the direct live broadcasts of this Tank Biathlon 2022 and all the replays can be reviewed at the official Zvezda, the Star TV channel. The official also on the official website of the Ministry of Defense, Russian Federation, and also live on YouTube. please support the Russian Federation and all of the other teams featuring in this brightest contest of the Army International Games. Certainly we have many more interesting contests as part of the International Games. 34 contests feature across the games. 12 countries are now holding various competitions of the games. Taking part are over 30 teams. Venezuela, Iran is conducting the Sniper Frontier competition. China and many other countries are also hosting the Army International Games. The geography of these games is expanding year on year, and hopefully the year will come when Army International Games are going to be held on all the continents of our planet. And hopefully one day we will go to the moon, to Mars, or maybe to the other planets of the solar system. Lots is still ahead of us. Our scientists are certainly not sitting idle, and will discover new boundaries, new galaxies to conduct this Army International Games. Now Armenia still in the second lap. Lots of time was wasted on the tank replacement. Serious mistake was made in this drift corner by the driver. But let me remind you, dear friends, they're the youngest of the servicemen. It seems as if only yesterday these boys graduated from school, entered their nation's armed forces, prepared, and came here for the tank biathlon. These are national servicemen of Republic of Armenia. Laos sealing the hatches following the ammunition load for tank Kalashnikov machine gun. This is a coaxial machine gun, so to track for target, the tank turret will need to be rotated to locate the target. This is a glass-colored target that we can see out in the range. Some fine weather this year, and hopefully, knock on wood, the weather forecasts suggests this weather will stay, providing for fine visibility. Over 30 degrees Celsius is the forecast for next week for Moscow and Moscow region. Now making for a very hot summer, and Armenia is over the treadway. No mistakes made by the driver, while Laos is now in the fire mission on the AT unit. About to open fire. Fire is open. Vol is offline. Unfortunately, yes! And the target is hit. Well done. Well done for Laos. Taking their total fire accuracy to 3 out of 5 in this range. Glass shatters on this target, but only for the best of luck. Congratulations to all of the countries taking part, and certainly to Laos. No penalty laps are going to be recorded here. Now the head of Laos delegation was just seen in the stands. And Armenia team is just ending, just setting up their coaxial machine gun and is about to continue along the track. Laos team going to the finish. Now hopefully they won't make the same mistake as Myanmar just committed, hitting the mine in the minefield represented by Paul. Unfortunately, this resulted in a pit stop which prevented Myanmar to overtake Syria in setting the best time in this race. Armenia moves along to the fire mission. The tank commander for Armenia is not forgetting to report his progress. We wait mistake at the last obstacle. They knocked another ball when entering the designated pit stop. So, for this reason, Armenia will need to take another penalty pit stop before the start. 68 kilometers an hour was the top speed just recorded at the long straight by Laos. Well done for Laos, certainly making us happy, these individual hits. Just look how carefully they're steering along the obstacles, bleeding their speed at the key points in the minefield. Let them waste additional 1 or 2 seconds, however, not score the fatal pit stops. Now, the deep Armenian turn that we just saw resulted in the long drift and almost a flip for the fourth obstacle. Almost fully submerged T72B3. Once again, dear friends, let me remind you that this form is 1.5 meters depth, 45 meters long. These tanks are able to bridge water obstacles down to the depth of over 2.7 meters. We saw a good performance on this obstacle from all the teams. And over the hill, all of the fans for Laos and Armenia are eagerly awaiting their crews, online audiences, offline, the stars, the Star TV channel, the Ministry of Defense Russian Federation official website, mil.gov.ru, and the YouTube live broadcasts. You're able to watch this tonight on the Star TV channel, National Television Russian Federation. You can enjoy this amicable tank clashes here at Alabina, serving to promote friendship, peace, and military brotherhood among the tankers of the world. Now Laos, anti-tank trench. No red flags. Clean passage. No pit stops. 39, 33 for Laos. Well done, racing for the finish line. T72B3s for Laos People's Democratic Republic. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, finish! Laos, 39 minutes, 53 seconds. Not outside, just under 40 minutes. Few seconds behind Syria. Neck to neck, the first 3 crews in this race. Very small gaps. If we had seen a simultaneous start like will follow in the relay races, they could have come almost simultaneously. And now reintroducing the Laos team. The honors go to Tank Commander, Senior Lieutenant Luan Butsadi Sangsuli, the gunner, Senior Sergeant Vilavok Hetsamai, and the driver, Captain Saladin Shakapong. Satisfactory fire accuracy for Laos, 3 out of 5. Yes, pit stops and penalty laps were assigned, but it was not critical. And now Laos national flag is waving here at the parade ground of Alabina Army Proving Ground during the victory lap. Laos commanders, referees, and coaches are exchanging military salutes with their servicemen. Armenia, in the meanwhile, is tackling the last remaining 80 unit target. Let's wish them good luck. They certainly need to raise this tally for fire accuracy. And we see Armenia tank rotating the turret, looking for the best fire angles. Hopefully this coaxial Kalashnikov machine gun fire will result in target kill. Mikhail Pinayan is a 19-year-old national serviceman for Republic of Armenia on the at the fire controls right now. 9th position in the overall 2nd division rankings. Unfortunately, first crew for Armenia also missed targets number 9, only hitting the helicopter target. However, the first crew did not manage this 80 unit target. Let's see if the second crew can do better now. It is quite well visible, but for some reason the main caliber is raised. This probably means that the ammo has been expended and the target remains standing. Tank commander reported weapon unloaded and receives permission to continue movement along the track, scoring himself 1 penalty lap. Now, dear friends, today we're in for the next event of the tank biathlon. Individual hits continue in just a few minutes after the targets are reviewed and replaced. It's going to see the teams of Iran, Zimbabwe and South Ossetia. The next race will start at about 12:30 p.m. today. 30 minutes past midday Moscow time. Please do come back and stay with us for the next race in this 10th anniversary tank biathlon. Iran is back at the tank biathlon along with Zimbabwe. They missed the last 2 years due to the pandemic situation. However, they are back now, making for an even livelier spectacle at this proving ground. Now, dear friends, the chief referee has just clarified the time of the next race. As soon as this race ends, the next hits are going to run immediately. This is owing to the fact that slightly later civilian airplanes are going to pass in the vicinity of the proving ground, and we need to provide for flight safety. For this reason, the next hits are going to run immediately after Armenia ends this race. Armenia racing now, high speeds for the finish line, 58 kilometers an hour, 49 minutes, almost 50 minutes is the time. 47:15 was the time set by the first crew, slightly poorer by the second crew. Hopefully Armenia kept the strongest crew for last. Now the driver Arsen Abrahamyan for Republic of Armenia, certainly worthy of our respect. Very young boys, yesterday's students, and today they are part of this amazing tank biathlon event. Certainly Armenia should be proud of all of you. White flag raised by the line referee. No faults at the obstacles for Armenia. And this is the deep turn, the ill-fated deep turn that didn't do such good service to Armenia previously. We can see the driver being much more careful this time around, not drifting into the corner, bleeding his speed. Well, then to continue his progress into the fourth. Now, if we go to tomorrow, by the way, tomorrow on the 19th of August, we're in for a first division clash featuring Azerbaijan and Mongolia. The third crews are also beginning their appearance in both divisions, and also Abkhazia, Tajikistan and Sudan for the second division. And on the 21st, on Sunday, we're expecting a show by Russian Federation of crews. Our crew, the graduates of Kazan Tankers Academy, are going to clash in this remarkable, unique event with gladiators from China, Kyrgyzstan and Belarus. Now, Armenia going for the finish line. Armenia coaches and referees are watching. The race is now almost over, and we'd like to thank all those in the audience here at the Labina Army Proving Ground, everyone watching us online at the start of the Star TV channel, YouTube, live, and also the official website of the Ministry of Defense, Russian Federation, mil.ru. Now, this was the host of the tank biathlon, Nikolai Fedorov, and co-hosting for the English-speaking audiences is Dmitry Kulinsky. We're still in for more events, more races. We're going to have the relay races on the 22nd, 23rd. The semi-final is slotted, and then the finals on the 27th. 10th anniversary golf final is certainly going to be a treat. Finish for Armenia, 53-15. Sometime behind Syria. However, thank you to the crew. Well done. They did everything they could. Certainly, this is competition. Everything depends as to how good you are on the day. Reintroducing the team, Tank Commander Lieutenant Sasun Haratyan, the gunner Mikhail Benayan, and the driver Private Arsen Abramyan for Armenia's second crew. Well done, guys. Bravo. We're going to go to the highlights of the race in a few moments. Certainly an interesting, remarkable race. There was a stop. The race was stopped due to tank replacement for Armenia, relating to the fact that the crew allowed a serious mistake, almost flipping the tank at the Armenian turn. However, they came back, they had the tank replacement and continued on track. Certainly we saw some hits and misses for both teams. Myanmar, we expected Myanmar to exceed the results of their first crew, but the first crew from Myanmar remains leader in the second division. So here are the final tally times. 38.03 Syria, 39.44 Myanmar. Laos recording 39.53 and Armenia 53.15. Top speed of 68 kilometers set by Laos in this race. In just about 10 minutes, we're going to see the next race of these individual hits on the 18th of August 2022, the 10th anniversary tank biathlon of the 8th Army International Games. Now, the highlights. Armenia taking the 4th position in this amazing race. Tackling their targets. Certainly some lessons need to be learned. Serious homework needs to be done. The tank was almost flipped as back in 2014 by their compatriots, resulting in stopping this race. Let's wish the third crew better luck at this ground. Fourth, Armenia. Taking the third position is Laos, People's Democratic Republic. A very strong side. Third place in this individual hits Division 2 hit 4. A very bright team. Just as bright as their blue color-coded tank. A long veteran of the tank biathlon is Laos team. Certainly mistakes were also made, but last year Laos took the 5th position in the relay race. This year they have a chance to enter the top 3 prize positions. I think the chance to take gold is already lost, because the first position will be determined according to races and the results of this individual hits. Now, over to Myanmar in the second position. The dark horse of this tournament, certainly unexpected for many. The highest bar was set by the first crew for Myanmar. Just think about it, 27:43 test time recorded by the first crew for Myanmar. If we go to first division, even Uzbekistan showed us approximately the same time. So this is certainly a first division time worthy. Unfortunately, the second crew for Myanmar was not able to beat this first crew result. And Syria in the first place, second crew, quiet achievers, fulfilling their missions quite well today, taking the first place in this individual hits race. Thank you to Syria, thank you to all the teams, thank you for joining us offline and online. Thank you to all the fans, all of you who love this remarkable, unforgettable event. This was your TÄNG Biathlon host, Nikolai Fedorov, co-hosting for the English-speaking audiences, Dmitry Kulinsky. We're still to see another event today. Take care of each other, love each other, stay well and be happy. Your Ministry of Defense, Russian Federation Armed Forces, always next to you. Goodbye.
На телеканале «Звезда» начинается дневник армейских международных игр 2022. С вами
They lost the
На телеканале «Звезда» начинается дневник армейских международных игр 2022. С вами Павел Ремнев. И в ближайшие 2 недели мы будем выходить в прямой эфир отсюда, из парка «Патриот». Расскажем все самое интересное, покажем самое зрелищное. И все это сложим в общую картину самых масштабных военно-спортивных соревнований мира. Это Армии 2022. Мы начинаем. Раскаленная китайская пустыня – настоящая школа выживания для сапера. А зыбкий песок перемалывают гусеницы БМП. Это мотострелки выжимают максимум из боевых машин пехоты. Все, что у них есть, фотография цели, команда найти и уничтожить.
Это огромный лабиринт со множеством комнат и огромным количеством мишеней.
И всего 16 патронов в магазине. Уникальные кадры выступления российского спецназа на конкурсе «Полярная звезда» в Белоруссии. Это на грани физических возможностей. Изматывающая полоса препятствий против лучших морских пехотинцев из 6 стран мира. Впереди еще 3 этапа, но кто-то уже готов праздновать победу.
Судя по всему, эти ребята совсем не растратили свои силы, очень бодро финишировали.
Официальный старт армейским международным играм и военно-техническому форуму «Армия» дали сегодня здесь, в Конгрессно-выставочном центре «Патриот». Владимир Путин и министр обороны Сергей Шойгу. Церемония открытия конкурсов проходит и на полигонах в России и за рубежом. В алжирском городе Блида, где впервые пройдет конкурс «Десантный взвод», для участников состязаний в ходе церемонии открытия устроили показательные выступления подразделений спецназа и антитеррора. А с неба десантировались военнослужащие Алжира с флагами стран-участниц. Все готово к соревнованиям на полигоне Волжский. Там пройдет конкурс «Инженерная формула». Всего предусмотрено 6 заданий. Россияне в числе главных претендентов на победу. В прошлом году наша сборная завоевала золото. Во Вьетнаме прошла торжественная церемония конкурса «Аварийный район». Перед сложными испытаниями культурная программа. А уже в скором времени командам из 6 государств предстоит выяснить, кто быстрее и точнее выполнит задание. Потушит очаги возгорания, проберется сквозь завалы и разрушенные здания. Жаркие баталии сейчас развернулись в Беларуси. Там проходит конкурс подразделений специального назначения «Полярная звезда». Они уже штурмовали здания и отбивали внезапные нападения. Все в условиях нехватки боеприпасов. Соревнуется элита из 8 государств. Кто вырвался вперед и как команды справились с неожиданными препятствиями, знает Елена Сиванин.
По команде «Патрон в патронник» участники команд заряжают оружие, по звуковому сигналу вскрывают конверт с фотографией главаря условной банды, которого необходимо найти и уничтожить, и за работу. Штурм здания, которое здесь называют «Киллхаус», это огромный лабиринт со множеством комнат и огромным количеством мишеней. Ну вот, одна из них. Но есть очень важный нюанс. Не во все комнаты можно заходить, в которые нельзя помечены специальной сигнальной лентой. Это сделано в целях безопасности. Комнаты сквозные, и конкурсанты не должны встретиться друг с другом. У каждого по 16 патронов, мишени 17, но поразить нужно не все. Заложники неприкосновенные. За попадание в них штраф минус минута. Команда Узбекистана сходу совершает ошибку. Дважды стреляет в мирного. Российский спецназ выступает идеально.
По итогам вообще всей подготовки, можно сказать, что мы готовы ко всем упражнениям, которые здесь вынесены для соревнований. Сейчас выполняли упражнение штурм, командир, заместитель командира группы. Как договаривались, в принципе, как тренировались, так сейчас все и прошло.
Здесь сражаются снайперы. Это упражнение на меткость, а при условии стопроцентного попадания еще и на скорость. Здесь 3 группы мишеней. Ближайшая расположена от нас в 100 метрах, самая дальняя на расстоянии 350 метров. Сейчас свое мастерство показывают снайперы Венесуэлы. Пока по баллам в хвосте этапа суданцы ставят антирекорд за самый продолжительный сплит. Это интервал между выстрелами бойцов в паре. Он должен быть не более 0,3 секунды. У них почти полминуты. Еще одно испытание для команд – это засада. Попавший в нее участники должны спешно покинуть машину и за максимально короткое время ликвидировать неприятеля. Мишеней много, поясные, так называемая голова. Некоторые замаскированы так хорошо, что просто обнаружить их – та еще задача. Оценка идет за большее количество попаданий. Пока по итогу первого дня конкурса «Полярная звезда» в лидерах белорусы чуть отстает российская команда. Но еще есть время, чтобы наверстать. Впереди 10 соревновательных дней. Елена Сиванин, Алексей Набокин и Роман Гуменюк, телеканал «Звезда», полигон Брестский, Беларусь.
В Казахстане на полигоне Матыбулак ревели двигатели легких бронированных тягачей. Команды преодолевали Змейку, холм и макет Колейного моста. А после расчеты поражали цели из минометов, пулеметов, гранатометов и автоматов Калашникова. Все это в рамках первого этапа конкурса «Мастера артиллерийского огня». Российская команда 3 минами поразила сразу 2 мишени. Это рекорд сегодняшнего дня. В тройке лидеров на данный момент, помимо наших военнослужащих, участники из Казахстана и Белоруссии. В Китае в самом разгаре соревнований экипажей боевых машин пехоты суворовский натиск. Броня раскалена. Сейчас температура на полигоне Корла достигает плюс 40 градусов. И в этих же условиях к своему конкурсу «Безопасный маршрут» начинают готовиться инженерные подразделения. Он стартует 24 августа. Самые интересные кадры в репортаже Дениса Ивлева.
Взрывоопасную находку помечают флажком. И так шаг за шагом путь механизированной колонны инженерного подразделения заминирован. Российские саперы уничтожают заложенную взрывчатку.
Все, 10 стали!
Растяжку срывают металлической кошкой. Движения сковывают защитные спецкостюмы. Но особенно сложно в такой броне переносить жару.
Как бы жарко, но в тренировках присутствует адреналин и особо не чувствуется этой жары. И также, повторюсь, ради победы мы готовы на все.
Конкурс «Безопасный маршрут» включает в себя также работу на инженерной спецтехнике. Вот экипажи тренируются закапывать противотанковые рвы, чтобы обеспечить проезд колесной техники. Там, где закопать яму невозможно, возводят тяжелый механизированный мост.
Буквально 17 минут и через яму глубиной 6 метров и длиной 40 метров теперь можно перейти. Вся конструкция выдерживает 60 тонн. Этого будет вполне достаточно, чтобы вся механизированная колонна инженерного подразделения могла преодолеть это препятствие. Но, конечно, на соревновании нужно будет для победы действовать еще быстрее.
Конкурс «Безопасный маршрут» в китайском городе Корла стартует 20 августа. А суворовский натиск уже в разгаре. Перед выходом на трассу мотострелки также тренировались в условиях пустыни на российских и китайских машинах. Тренировки проходят на учебном полигоне. На соревновательной трассе препятствий будет больше, и они гораздо сложнее. А пока у механиков есть возможность привыкнуть к зыбкой почве, из-за которой на поворотах машины сильно заносят. По очереди на тренировки выезжают еще команды двух стран – Венесуэлы и Ирана. И только китайская команда готовится на отдельном полигоне, который скрыт от всех других участников. На свою тренировку они не пускают и журналистов, зато за подготовкой российской команды следят особенно тщательно.
На этапе стрельбы каждый экипаж должен поразить 5 мишеней основным калибром. На это дается 25 снарядов. При этом нужно быть максимально метким, потому что за каждый промах придется ехать один дополнительный круг. Если цель не будет обстреляна совсем, ну, например, потому что закончились патроны, тогда будет добавлено каждому экипажу 2 дополнительных круга.
Помимо основных мишеней, экипажи должны будут уничтожить цель, имитирующую вертолет. На это дается 10 снарядов. Также будет и 3 мишени для пулемета. Денис Ивлев, Дмитрий Гаврин, Егор Воробьев, телеканал «Звезда», Китай, город Корла.
При Эльбрусе на базе учебного центра горной подготовки и выживания Терскол военные горных подразделений из 9 стран проходят первый этап конкурса «Эльбрусское кольцо». Команды соревнуются в ориентировании на местности. Состязаются на этом этапе участники в одиночном и парном скалолазании. Результаты пойдут в общекомандный зачет. Кроме того, подъем на скалодроме – это своего рода подготовка к восхождению на Эльбрус, которым в конце августа и завершится этот конкурс армейских международных игр. А в Калининградской области высадился морской десант. За звание лучших борются морпехи из 6 стран. Сегодня они прошли изматывающую гонку. Всего 1200 метров, но какой ценой? Организаторы устроили настоящий спринт на выживание. Кто справился лучше? Сенсационные итоги первого этапа конкурса в репортаже Максима Румянцева.
Перед началом соревнований каждая команда использует свои методы поддержания боевого духа. Одни делают это крайне эмоционально, другие достаточно сдержанно. В остальном все равны.
Внимание! Марш!
Первое препятствие – 2-метровый забор. Все еще свежие, полны сил. Препятствия преодолевают, как видите, сходу, без затруднений. Но буквально через 2 минуты все изменится. Уже к концу первого участка темп начнет снижаться.
Всего таких участков 3, по 6-7 препятствий на каждом. Между ними скоростные отрезки. Итого 1200 метров только по прямой, а еще несколько десятков то вверх, то вниз. Это очень изматывает.
Паса, парни, паса, паса! Ой, ой, ой, ой!
старт команды выходят парами в порядке, определенном жеребьевкой.
Команда Российской Федерации на дистанции самая опытная. Команды по понятным причинам дома и стены помогают, ну а препятствия стараются не мешать.
Тут же убеждаемся в опасности преждевременных прогнозов. Наши морпехи проходят полосу препятствий не без штрафных очков. Все ошибки фиксируют судьи на трассе. Разбор полетов предстоит чуть позже.
Жарковато, тяжеловато, но все равно все это нам не помеха, мы бежали. Бежалось нормально, в принципе. Ну, там были косяки, малейшие, но все хорошо, нормально.
А вот погода сегодня подыгрывает гостям, которые в плюс 30 под палящим солнцем на Балтике явно чувствуют себя как дома.
Команда Ирана на финише попадает сразу в объятия болельщиков и служивцев. Судя по всему, эти ребята совсем не растратили свои силы, очень бодро финишировали.
Впереди еще 3 этапа, где командам предстоит показать не только слаженную работу по преодолению препятствий, но и мастерство в обращении с оружием и техникой. Максим Румянцев и Виталий Реминец, телеканал «Звезда», полигон морской пехоты Хмелевка, Калининградская область.
На строевом плацу Новосибирского высшего военного командного училища состоялось торжественное построение лучших разведчиков из 6 стран. Поздравляли военнослужащих из Индии. Республика празднует 75-ю годовщину Дня независимости. Команда, которая уже второй раз принимает участие в конкурсе армии «Отличник войсковой разведки», привнесла в игры неповторимый колорит. Надежда Катормус расскажет.
Индийская сборная марширует в своей неповторимой манере и еще не знает, что сегодняшнее утреннее построение сюрприз. Коллеги решили поздравить их с государственным праздником – Днем независимости Индии. В этот особенный день команда охотно показывает казарму, которая на время игр стала вторым домом, как и положено, минималистично и функционально.
Скромный солдатский быт и строгий порядок сегодня немного нарушили, отмечают День независимости Индии. Я с удовольствием присоединюсь.
Наше внимание привлекают огромные ящики в холле. Оказывается, это еда. Прошлый визит показал, русская кухня вкусная, но скучают и по родной, так что привезли продукты с собой.
Индийская еда более острая, пряная. В прошлый раз мы заметили, что здесь едят менее острую пищу.
В столовой гостей встречают затейливо декорированные блюда на любой вкус, пожелания по остроте. Повара тоже постарались учесть.
Особый подарок для индийской сборной. Сегодня специальное меню. Понравилось ли оно гостям, узнаем. Вам понравилось?
Good afternoon.
Да, мне очень нравится. Острая курочка очень хороша. Отличный вкус.
Но главный подарок – это возможность разделить радость с другими, рассказывают участники команды.
Мы очень счастливы сегодня разделить нашу радость с друзьями из разных стран. Армии разных стран одинаковые, и мы рады, что Российская Федерация дала нам эту возможность участвовать. Мы тренировались и сделаем все, чтобы победить.
Индийская команда ранее уже поднималась на верхнюю ступень пьедестала армии. Удастся ли повторить, узнаем совсем скоро. Старт первого этапа уже в эту среду. Надежда Катормус, Игорь Клейн, телеканал «Звезда», Новосибирск.
Мы подвели итоги очередного дня армейских международных игр. С вами был Павел Ремнев. Болеем за наших и, конечно, ждем побед. Увидимся на дневниках армии 2022.
Добрый день, дорогие друзья, дорогие любители танкового биатлона. 18 августа 2022 года. Мы на 253-м общевойсковом полигоне Алабино Западного военного округа, где вот уже всю неделю проходят индивидуальные заезды 10-го юбилейного конкурса «Танковый биатлон» 8-х армейских международных игр. На полигоне прекрасная погода, 28.
Zimbabwe and South Ossetia. 3 tanks are going to be racing in this tank, decided by the cast draw. Division 2 has an odd number of teams. 11 teams feature in the second division, and this three-crew showdown fell to Iran, Zimbabwe and South Ossetia. We're live on Zvezda, the Star TV channel, introducing the referees: Lieutenant Colonel Vladimir Dzagoyev, South Ossetia; Zimbabwe, Major Lawrence Dubey; and Lieutenant Colonel Muhammad Kamali Ardakani represents Iran. All is ready to introduce the crews. And this is your TÄNG Biathlon host, Nikolai Fedorov, and co-hosting for the English-speaking audience is Dmitry Kulitsky. Now, South Ossetia TÄNG. Color-coded green, TÄNG commander, Senior Lieutenant Sergei Gobozov. Gunner, Senior Lieutenant Dmitry Bukulov. And the driver is Sergeant Atsamas Kazayev. South Ossetia, second crew. Now, red color-coded tank. Introducing Republic of Zimbabwe, TÄNG commander Lieutenant Chatindo Heven. The gunner, Corporal Chakanuka Taikmo. And Mesinyani Tendai is the driver. Zimbabwe, second crew. Please put your hands together. And blue color-coded tank. Introducing Islamic Republic of Iran. TÄNG commander Lieutenant Milad Rahmati. The gunner, Senior Lieutenant Javak Hadje. And the driver, Junior Lieutenant Said Ranjbar. The signal to start the race is given here at Alamina Army Proving Ground. This is the signal for the crews to take their seats in the armored vehicles. Zimbabwe and Iran missed the previous 2 years due to the pandemic situation. Last times we saw them taking the field back in 2019. Well, let's hope this missed time will not affect their performance. 21 teams, 21 nations are featuring in the contest this year. The number is growing year on year. Last year we saw 19 countries, and there are 35 countries as part of 34 international army games. The contests are running in 12 different countries. All of the T-72B3s are provided by the Russian Federation. Also, the countries enjoy opportunities to bring their own tanks compatible in technical specs to T-72B3s. And the People's Republic of China uses their own Type 96Bs, and Republic of Belarus uses their own armed services, armed forces, T-72B3s that are part of their tank corps. Now, Vladimir Dzagoyev, the coach for South Ossetia. And as soon as the tank commander reports ready to start, this will be given to the chief referee. The chief referee for the contest is Major General Kirill Kulakov, the head of Kazan Tankers Academy. He will give the start command, and they will be off racing. This year, the second division is only taking part in the individual hits. The decision was taken to learn the winners according to the results of these individual hits. The final ratings will be done on the 21st of August after the end of the last individual hits race. We're going to see starts with intervals to spread them through the range. The first to start is Republic of South Ossetia. However, it's down to the chief referee to assign priority. usually starting with the right flag. This is the Zimbabwe coach on the screens. The military armed forces university interpreters provide interpretation for all the non-Russian speaking teams. And now Zimbabwe was the first to start. Now, dear friends, we are watching the red tank for Zimbabwe going through the restricted obstacle course. Carefully skirting the tank around these poles. Certainly don't want to knock any poles. This could result in penalty pit stops. In a stance, we see Zimbabwe servicemen also supporting their friends from Crew 2. Certainly important experience. And the Zimbabwe servicemen are cadets in one of our tank academies. Now, Zimbabwe stopped. All of the crew members have to dismount, line up for a quick inspection, and now they can load their 3 standard 125mm shells. Not an easy job to load the shells. Three rounds are used by the 2nd Division teams. However, additional ammunition is issued to 1st Division teams in case targets are not hit. There were changes in the rules this year for both divisions in terms of penalty laps and penalty pit stops. Earlier, we only used to have 1 penalty lap for not hitting the tank targets. This year, missing on the tank targets results in 2 penalty laps, so it's possible to do many extra kilometers, 500 meters per penalty lap, compared to 1 full lap of this tank biathlon of the distance 4 kilometers, 100 meters. And the first fire mission is about to be taken by Zimbabwe. As soon as they report ready, they will proceed to the firing line. 3 targets will be raised simultaneously. That's another difference from the last year, according to the decision taken by the Chief Commander of the Ground Forces of Russian Federation, Army General Leonid Alexalikov. The gunners will need to take an independent decision on which target to engage first out of the 3 simultaneously raised in the ground. And so the red targets are out in the field. Now we need to hurry for Zimbabwe. Certainly for first division, it's different for the 1st division because there is a 20-second time for the first shot. But here there is only 4 minutes for the whole 3 targets cut-off time. Now the gunner is the Corporal Chekanyuka Takemore. 16 to 1800 meter ranges to target. No difference which target to tackle first. All of the targets are perfectly visible. it's down to the gunner as to which to engage first. Certainly the tank commander and the gunner are the ones taking the decision on which target to engage. And first fire, it's over. Unfortunately, the first shot went over to wide for Zimbabwe. The coach for the Republic is using the binoculars to monitor his line of fire to best correct their accuracy. This is a very important part of their work. The coaches are present throughout the race and carefully monitor and correct their crew to the best result. Let me remind you once again that Zimbabwe, along with Iran, missed the previous 2 years, certainly having perhaps diluted some of their experience and skills. However, putting in 100% in this tank biathlon, doing their best, and that's all we can ask for, certainly. This makes us happy. The gunner, this is the gunner, Corporal Takemore's first appearance at the tank biathlon, and he scores on the second target. Well done. Let's see if Shukanuka Takemore can also take more targets. If we had seen a separate championship for the fans supporting their team, Zimbabwe fans would have taken gold. The support they're giving their crew, their team, and the other teams are incompatible. There are songs, dances, flags out in the stands, brightening our days, certainly, as deserving a special mention for Zimbabwe fans. Another target still remains at 1700 meters. One miss will already result in 2 penalty laps, which is an additional 1 kilometer. Holding our breath.
Okay. The cartridge is logged in between the ramp of Buddha. The cartridge is not the technical fault.
Отсечка, картридж застрял, кассета застряла.
The interpreter is speaking to the referee and coach of Zimbabwe team. Apparently there may be a problem. We are clarifying with the chief referee as to the cause of this delay with the third fire for Zimbabwe. This is the referee for Zimbabwe with his interpreter. Yes, they reported a delay. It's possible that they're going to call for technical assistance. In case the team reports technical delay, 2 timers are started, and the time will be given back to Zimbabwe in case this delay is ruled not through the crew's fault. South Ossetia is taking the field in this race. Let's wish the best of luck to our friends, brothers, colleagues from South Ossetia taking part in this contest. Not for the first time. Veterans. Senior Lieutenant Sergei Gobozov is a 3rd-year veteran of this tank biathlon. And what is typical, he is also a graduate of the Far East highest All-Armed Forces Academy at Blagoveshchensk, a graduate of the year 2020, a young officer, married and is expecting children. His wife is supporting her husband, watching his performance here at Alabina. Colonel Zagoyev, the coach, is concerned for his team and is carefully monitoring their progress. They're approaching them, loading right now. South Ossetia stops. By the way, the first crew for South Ossetia gave us a very strong performance of 33.06 in the first crew's race. great fire accuracy. 4 targets out of 5, unfortunately missing one of the targets. This wasn't a tank target, this was only the AT RPG unit machine gun fire that was missed by the first crew, so we're also expecting another remarkable performance from the second crew for South Ossetia. Certainly experienced tankers. Good work. The driver, the gunner and the tank commander working single-mindedly. Reporting ready to proceed to the fire mission. Hatches must be sealed. This is an important precondition. Certainly the servicemen heard the command of their coach to seal the hatches, and they're off. They're moving towards the firing line. 3 targets, color-coded green, are going to be erected in the next few moments out in the range. Distances, once again, from 16 to 1800 meters. I think they need to be more careful with the turret. Stop rotating it and level it out in direction of the targets. The coaches and referees for the team are correcting their crew. That was quite dangerous. It's a mistake. It may be possible that the chief referee of the contest may need to penalize this crew. But we see more rotations here. There seems to be a problem here. We're going to look into the causes of this incessant, unnecessary action by the gunner in rotating the turret. This is a 3rd-year veteran on the fire controls of the tank, of this tank biathlon. So certainly there must be a reason for this, which we will learn later with the coach, the referee for the team, and the chief referee for the contest. South Ossetia fire has been stopped. The chief referee ordered to cease fire, stop the engine until we learn the causes of this incident. Now, let's hope that South Ossetia can continue soon. Perhaps it's the pressure or overexcitement coming over the gunner. Iran is set to start. And in the meanwhile, also, we are seeing Kazakhstan passing their technical qualification rounds. All of the teams have to do their technical qualifications on their days off. They have to replace tank track in case it is detracked. And the second technical qualification involves preparing a tank for evacuation out of quagmires using logs. This technical qualification will also reward the strongest team in terms of technical preparedness. The referees for technical qualification, the referee panel for technical qualification is represented by at least 3 or 4 countries, providing for a clear and transparent procedure. Iran is about to take the field. Last time appearing in this tank biathlon back in 2019, taking the 12th position this year, 2nd division. Let's wish the best of luck to Iranian team. The first crew is now confidently on the 5th position of the total tally for individual hits. almost 15 minutes into this race. Zimbabwe is still in the first lap, as Iran is going through the restricted maneuvering section, and 4.5 meter wide the poles set apart. White flags by the line flagmen indicate clean passage. Unfortunately, Zimbabwe had a delay in the firing mission South Ossetia also, and the technical commission is now reviewing the cause of this problem. Technical commission is represented by the manufacturer and international referees. Certainly, the work of our TV cameraman is also so important to provide this great live broadcast. The live broadcast can be viewed at the TÄNNG TV channel, at the official Ministry of Defense Russian Federation website called MIL.ru, and also online on YouTube. This is your all-time TÄNNG biathlon host, Nikolai Fedorov, co-hosting for the English-speaking audience is Dmitry Kulinsky. And Iran is now facing its first fire mission on the 3 tank targets. Now that's what we want to see. We want to see some fire accuracy, some engaging shooting to make this clash truly unforgettable. By the way, the time of the first shot for the second division is not that as important as for the first division. So first division saw a 20-second cutoff for the first shot. However, there are only 4 minutes that is given to engage all the 3 targets for the second division. And the gunner for Zimbabwe. Iranian gunner Javad Hadje scored on the first target, 1600 meters. Target is hit and 2 targets still remain. Certainly the fans, the house, want to see some more resultative fire. We want to see all of these targets down in pieces. Holding our breath. Fire, bullseye, well done, well done. Practically a bullseye shot for Iran. Well done, 2 targets out of 3, tackling the 3rd target. And fire. Bravo, well done. What a top show from Iran. Now that's what we wanted, and that's what we love. That's why all the fans are here to see these amazing fire missions in this adrenaline-fueled motorsport event. Thank you to Javad Hadje, the gunner, second-year veteran for Republic of Iran, making us happy today. 36-year-old serviceman, supported by his loving wife and 2 children. Hopefully they're watching his performance right now. And he is certainly giving them something to be proud of. This live action can be once again seen at the official Ministry of Defense website, Russian Federation, MIL.ru, Zvezda, the Star TV channel, and YouTube Live. These are the replays of the 3 shots. The 3 targets for Iran are down. Iranian coaches and referees are quite happy with the performance. However, they are not getting complacent. Concentration is written on their faces, monitoring and correcting their crew's progress. progress along the track. Certainly Iran is in with a chance to take the first position in this individual heats race. However, in case there are delays through to the fault of the crew, penalty time will be assigned. However, if the technical commission determines that the delay was not through the crew's fault, this time will be given back to the teams. Very well, Iran managing to ford. The driver, Saeed Rajbar, lieutenant, 35-year-old, first time at the tank biathlon, a 15-year veteran of radiant forces, and the name has come to him to uphold all Iran tankers at this tank biathlon out of the fort. Now reached obstacles. Now they're into the restricted passage soon, then the minefield, and this will be of the lap. T72 B3s in this race, similar to every other range, are identical for every team provided by the hosts in Russian Federation for all of the teams. However, the nations are also able to import their own armored vehicles used by China and Belarus. This is an upgraded modification of the famous T72. T72B3 was commissioned in Armed Forces Tank Corps in 2012, featuring an 840-power engine, increased and upgraded loading and fire control system, providing for the most modern munitions used. Also, the combat module is equipped with a modern communication devices, providing for closed and open communication channels. The engine enables these tanks to reach speeds over 60 kilometers an hour across rough terrain, but also, as our Russian tankers demonstrated back in 2019 saw 78 kilometers an hour on this track. However, 2020, the record still standing remains at 84 kilometers per hour. 3 out of 5 for Iran. Great results on the fire mission. Still about to face the next 2 fire missions on the helicopter and AT unit. Recorded their first lap time, 8:13. Very well. Progressing excellently across the range. Tread way past, white flags by the linemen. And this is the next obstacle, designated pit stop. That replaces the rake that was used in the previous years. Right now, this obstacle requires dismounting, conducting an inspection of the vehicle, load the machine gun for the anti-aircraft fire, to tackle the next fire mission on the low-flying enemy helicopter imitating target. Zimbabwe, having eliminated the technical delay, is about to continue their first fire mission with 1 target down out of 3. This is their last shot on the 3 tank targets. The Technical Commission has just learned, dear friends, news just in, that this technical delay was not through the crew's fault for Zimbabwe. The time wasted will be added back to the team's time. We're going to see the correction of this time on the screen, and we will soon see Zimbabwe's total time without the technical delay. Certainly the gunner, Corporal Takemore, is in not much hurry. This is his first tank biathlon. When we asked the gunner Teichmo what is his dream. He told us that he is dreaming of becoming a champion of this tank biathlon. Well, dreams do come true, dear friends. And nothing is outside or beyond realm of possibility. Perhaps not this year, possibly next year, or in a few years' time, Zimbabwe must become a champion of this tank biathlon. Just look at this beautiful T-72 B3 against the background of the main cathedral, main Orthodox cathedral of the armed forces of the Russian Federation in the Patriot Park at Alabina Army Proving Ground. Picturesque sight, certainly. However, we also want to see some fire from this crew. And we are clarifying with the chief referee the causes for this delay. Perhaps the gunner is simply tracking for target, trying to provide for top fire accuracy, or perhaps something did go wrong. One target is down for the team already, and there was one miss, and one still remains. In to see that 4 laps ago. Past the obstacle, and Zimbabwe finally fires, and it's a hit. Well done. Chakayanuka takes down the next target. Well done for Mr. Teichmo. Now we recall the previous occasions in the previous years when Zimbabwe had not struck any targets. However, today we see that the crew, that this team has certainly done their homework. And the gunner, Corporal Teichmo, is showing us some of the right stuff today. 2 targets out of 3. 2 targets still remain. And so they can still get a B for firing accuracy. However, it's quite hard to evaluate the work of the crew during the contest, because it doesn't only involve the fire missions. However, fire missions are certainly a priority, especially on these 3 tank targets with the main caliber weapon, because the tanks are designed for using the main caliber weapon, this 125mm cannon, and only secondary is the additional machine guns for the anti-aircraft machine gun. There is huge experience in using anti-aircraft machine guns for striking helicopters. Now Iran, helicopter target, 15 rounds were loaded with 6 traces to better correct fire accuracy. And Iran is about to take on this next target. He fires already, few rounds are out. Short volleys as to better correct his fire. In case the target is hit, we're going to see the fire smoking. It's smoking! The target is down for Zimbabwe. Unload, get rid of the belt, report weapon unloaded, secured, sealed hatches, and progressing along. Iran, the 4th target out of 5. Great fire accuracy for Iran today. Lieutenant Milad Rahmati is the tank commander. First time, only 25-year-old serviceman representing the honor of Iranian tankers. Iran fans and supporters are on their feet, screaming, shouting, singing. Iran, Iran, we can hear them shouting in the stands, cheering their heroes along. Certainly a lot depends on the support, and speaking to the tankers, we always learn, they say that they don't hear the applause, the voices, the thunderclap of the applause coming from the stands, but they certainly feel it. And if you are even in online audiences today, in a live broadcast of the Tİ channel or the Tİòng online YouTube, please support, cheer our tankers. this will improve their performances, hopefully. This is a long straight, and certainly 69 kilometers an hour was the speed just recorded by the Iranian tank driver for Iran. Saeed Ranjbar, junior lieutenant, is screaming along this track into the next obstacles. This is the second lap for Iran. 15:42 into the race. And news just in, an update on the South Ossetia technical delay. They're unloading their ammo. There will be a tank replacement. The technical commission is going to look into the causes of this problem. We saw the problem existed. However, we need to make sure of who to blame. In case this technical delay is not through the crew's fault, time is going to be given back to the team. However, if this happened due to the actions of the crew explicitly, this time will stand, setting the team seriously back. On the replays, we see Zimbabwe last fire mission, certainly making us happy with the resultative 2 out of 3 targets down last fire mission. This was the replay. Well done, for Zimbabwe. Corporal Chikanuka, take more. Let's hope you can take more targets down. And certainly the kill obstacle is also correctly transversed. Correct gears need to be chosen. And this is the maneuvering. Oh no, the ball we saw falling was certainly a red flag. This will result in a penalty pit stop for the team. Well, it was a fail for Zimbabwe. They will need to end the pit stop once they're out of this anti-tank trench. No stopping, no rollbacks are allowed. Well, apparently, yes, one of the suspended poles, you see them suspended, is waving in the... It was fouled by the team. Penalty pit stop. Apparently, the left board has been ripped off the tank when discarding the obstacle poles. They not only knocked down the poles, but they removed the whole side. And apparently the oil tank as well. Certainly the manufacturer's representatives will need to work on this tank to remove this damage. But let's hope that the representatives of all the teams will keep these tanks in good order. These fine fighting machines provided in goodwill spirit to all of the crews in this tank biathlon. Technical referee has a problem with the Iranian obstacle on the last track, the last threadway. We're trying to look whether there was a foul on the threadway, and Iran is now preparing for the next fire mission, and Zimbabwe just records their first lap time. 34 minutes and 5 seconds. Threadway traversed correctly, did not lose the way. very well. They can continue without any pit stops, but now they have a designated stop obstacle. No poles shall be knocked, and they need to load their anti-aircraft machine gun for the next fire mission. Iran. We're watching the replay of the tank bridge. No, it's okay. They did not lose the way. Correct passage, clean passage was indicated. Now anti-aircraft machine gun is set up in the correct position. Zimbabwe is also installing their machine gun. They need to set it up properly. Lock it, load it, so that it doesn't move around, and can help the team achieve hits on this target. There's a special lock that the machine gun goes into, a locking groove. Be careful now. Apparently it's not working out for Zimbabwe, perhaps they're in too much of a hurry. Taking their seats now, the gunner and the tank commander. They need to seal their hatches, report ready to progress, and only then they can start their engine and move on for the next fire mission. The replacement tank for South Ossetia is approaching the team. Ammunition was unloaded. We will learn the decision on South Ossetia in the next few minutes, whether they will go to their fire mission or go directly to penalty laps for non-striking. Targets number 12. Iran, in the meanwhile, in the pit stop. They need to perform an inspection of the vehicle, and just watch Iran in the slope. There was a pole knocked. Certainly was. At least one pole was knocked, another scuffed. For this reason, the crew is now stopping, turning off the engine, and exits the tank, conducting a visual inspection. Then, once again, rear lighting, taking their seats, sealing the hatches, reporting, once again lining up, and progresses along the track. This takes about 1 minute on average. Certainly, the more prepared the team is, the less is the likelihood that the crew will be given a pit stop and have to waste valuable time. Iran is stopping for ammo load. Target number 9, the AT gun, the anti-tank unit. Actually, targets are usually located in ranges from 600 to 800 meters. All eyes on screen. The target, AT RPG unit, glass covered, is out in the field. Even if one round strikes this target, it will shatter to pieces, giving us valuable indications as to the crew's fire accuracy. Tracking for target, 24-24. Great time for Iran. Actually, dear friends, if they can hit this target and escape the penalty lap, they're in with a chance to become the leaders of the individual hits. Overall tally. Holding our breath. Replays for Zimbabwe slope, knocking down the pole. This will result in a pit stop for Zimbabwe. One penalty lap recorded for Zimbabwe, for Iran, sorry, unfortunately for Iran fans. They still have some minutes to catch up on Myanmar first group best time. However, this penalty pit stop may be too wasteful in terms of time, preventing Iran from surging into the top of the rankings for the division. Iran going to the penalty lap, 500-meter additional distance. Now Zimbabwe stopping at the second fire mission. Anti-aircraft machine gun fire performed by the tank commander for Zimbabwe, Lieutenant Shooting to Heaven. Iran so far showing us the best fire accuracy in this round, closely followed by Zimbabwe. No hurry there displayed by Zimbabwe servicemen. No, certainly don't want to make any mistakes when loading this machine gun. They certainly don't want it to jam, do they? Well done. Weapon is loaded. The chief referee gives permission to open fire. Targets are raised. The helicopter target representing the low-flying enemy helicopter is out at the range of 900 meters. 12.7 caliber is the caliber of this Cord anti-aircraft machine gun. Standard equipment, large size shells, 12.7 millimeters. However, we're not seeing the tank commander firing yet. Apparently there are some difficulties. Perhaps he was connecting his comms. He is back online now in live contact, live comms with his coaches and referee, so as to best correct his fire accuracy. And the green color-coded tank, South Ossetia, is now in the fire mission. The 3 tank targets, South Ossetia, let's go. Keeping our fingers crossed for a positive result on the 3 targets, while Zimbabwe is still on the anti-aircraft machine gun. Opened fire, volleys are flying, but we see no fire on the flare indicating target hit. They need to correct their fire to the left from the command post. The referee and the coach can observe the fire accuracy and can easily correct fire. Everyone uses different methods for fire correction, but still it's quite necessary to be in live communications with a tower. Still, ammunition remains, probably just 1 volley. Short volleys are the order of fire on these 2 machine gun targets, because only 15 rounds are issued for this mission. Very close to the target. We saw it strike the post to the left, but it's not the post but the target that needs to be hit. Unfortunately, he is out of ammo, discarding the cartridge belt, and weapon unloaded, about to secure it and report ready to move. South Ossetia is still tracking for targets. Targets are out in the range, Everything is ready to open fire, however, they're still out there. They've had the tank replacement. This is the only tank replacement allowed, and we don't hear any fire. Iran finishing 4 out of 5 targets in lap 3. Slightly over 30 minutes is the best time for second crew. Iran 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bravo, Iran! 30 minutes and 43 seconds, best time. Crew 2, Iran. Dear friends, right now, this is the second time in the total second division rankings. Best time still held by Myanmar. However, Iran is now in the second rankings. Great work, great fire accuracy, making us happy today. Reintroducing the team, Tank Commander Lieutenant Milad Rahmati, Gunner Senior Lieutenant Javad Hajeh, and the driver Junior Lieutenant Said Rajbar. Second Division, Crew 2, Iran. Well done. That's why we're all here. That's the tank biathlon we wait. We expect for the whole 12 months of the year, and then meet here at Alabina Army Proving Ground, observing the shows, the clashes of the world-class tankers from all of the countries participating in the tank biathlon. Iran is flying their national colors out in the parade ground of Alabina Army Proving Ground, thanking, exchanging military salutes with all the coaches, referees, the fans, thanking their audiences online and offline. Everyone watching us live. Iran, bravo, well done. We will eagerly expect the showdown from the third cruise, and hopefully Iran's third crew will also surprise us even more than the second. Zimbabwe still in lap 2. 46:55, 47 minutes now. South Ossetia is experiencing serious problems today. Certainly something like that can really shake up the crew. One tank, the first tank is changed. Now, one allowed replacement is also received. We must note that every tank provided to the team was decided by the draw on the 9th and 10th of August. Since the 10th of August, the team had to independently service and maintain their equipment, assisted by the representatives of the manufacturer UVZ and also the technical experts from the from the Western Military District, Alabina Proving Ground. South Ossetia had already used these tanks for the first cruise. However, now we see the unexpected, and the decision, news just in, unfortunately for all the South Ossetia fans, the crew is now disqualified. One tank replacement was only possible for this race. Only one tank replacement per round. In case replacement was done, the rules state that no more replacements are available. For this reason, the team is relegated to the bottom rankings in the second division. Certainly sad for South Ossetia. We love our South Ossetia team. We're always happy to welcome them at this tank biathlon. However, this is the tank biathlon, and unfortunately, the rules are the rules for everyone. Now we're expecting the third crew in the coming days from South Ossetia to not experience the problems that plagued the second crew in this ill-fated showdown by South Ossetia. In the meanwhile, Zimbabwe, second lap, continues along. 2 targets out of 5 down for the team. Unfortunately, target number 25, the enemy helicopter, was not hit. Only 1 tank remains. Just look at the drift. Careful now. Just in the previous hits, we saw almost a flip by the second group. Thankfully, the tank was not flipped over, but they were close after a drifting fast turn. The technical commission and manufacturer will need to look into the causes yet, and some things may change for Armenia total time. Now, Zimbabwe in the anti-tank trench. Last time, Zimbabwe first crew stopped in the anti-tank trench and damaged the tank. Well, thankfully, white flags indicate clean passage by Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe fans and servicemen in the stands supporting their teammates. Last lap remains for Zimbabwe in this race. And now we hear the war drums here at Alabama from Zimbabwe fans. Once again, please know Zimbabwe fans deserve a special mention. Unequivocally champions for cheerleading and supporting their teams. Beating the war drums now, urging their team for a great performance. The referee for Zimbabwe is carefully watching his team along with the coach. The tank now stopped in the designated pit stop obstacle where they have to set up the machine gun. Kalashnikov tank machine gun 7.62mm will need to be set up. This is a coaxial machine gun for the turret. And dear friends, please note that this year is the 10th year anniversary. The tank biathlon, the same as my dear son, says Nikolai Fedorov, turns 10 now. This is the 10th year golden anniversary. The first tank biathlon took place right here at Alabama Army Proving Ground back in 2013. As ordered by the Minister of Defense of the Russian Federation, Sergei Shoigu, the hero of Russia. Later, in 2015, this tank biathlon gave birth to the whole of Army International Games, held in 12 countries of the world this year, featuring 35 nations. The People's Republic of China, Venezuela, Iran, Kazakhstan, Armenia, and many other states are all various events of this 8th Army International Games. Machine gun is set up, and Zimbabwe faces the last fire mission. Well, the tank biathlon traditionally is the most audience attracting contest of all of the 34 contests of the Army Games. The hosts, the organizers, do their utmost to provide for a great show. Various contests are also run. Artillery Masters, Sniper Frontier is held in Iran and Venezuela this year, Army Recon, and even the Cavalry Marathon done for Korean troops. Drone contest, the Palestine, Tactical, Sniper, many other contests. And also, we have to know there is an Army of first time this year featuring Rwanda team. This contest sees performances, songs, orchestras, military bands from these countries. Now we are watching Zimbabwe going into the slope. Careful now, we don't want any more penalty time lost on this slope. The slope has been quite daunting for many second division teams. Balls went flying a number of times, setting this tankers back in terms of time, unfortunately. Obstacle pole was knocked. Red flag. Well, difference. Very soon, unfortunately, we will need to stop the fire to provide for air safety. To save time, decision was taken by the chief referee not to send Zimbabwe to pit stops for violating the obstacles, just to save time. However, average time wasted in pit stops will be added to Zimbabwe times. Zimbabwe now loading the Kalashnikov coaxial machine gun. Only 5 targets are necessary to be need to be engaged in the individual hits during the 3 laps. However, next week we're into the relay stage of the tank biathlon, which involved 12 laps by 3 crews with 24 targets, providing for an unforgettable, unbelievable adrenaline-fueled showdown in the semi-finals and the finals on the 27th of August. Stay with us for both events. Now, Zimbabwe is about to engage the target representing the enemy anti-tank RPG unit, set up at the distances from 600 to 900 meters. 15 rounds are issued for this fire mission. Let's hope this is enough for Corporal Takemore to take down more targets. He performed quite well on targets number 12. 3 targets were struck. A great result. Commander, unfortunately, the tank commander couldn't manage the helicopter, and now the team needs to hit target number 9 to provide for 3 out of 5 target tally. Holding our breath. "58 minutes into the race. There is a long delay. Hopefully they still have ammunition. Yes, fire is being conducted. The target was fired upon, however, it's not hit. Let's hope the last round can reach the target and shatter it to pieces, unless it's a miss, which will result in the penalty lap. However, it's possible that to save time, in case penalty lap is assigned, the time spent on average penalty laps will be added, and the race will be concluded because the Alabina Army Proving Ground is right next to Vnukovo International Moscow Airport, and sometimes the routes of civilian aircraft pass close to the range. Certainly a tank cannot provide any problems to the overflying aircraft, but this is a serious safety consideration. And aviation rules indicate no fire when civilian aircraft are passing by. Zimbabwe fans are out there with the war drums, waiting to welcome their heroes. Zimbabwe in the penalty distance, 500 meters. And now an announcement in the coming days. We're in for more adrenaline-fueled action with the clashes of the first and second division. By the way, Zimbabwe had a technical delay of 17 minutes with change, but through no fault of the crew. That's why the 17:08 is going to be deduced from the total Zimbabwe time, and we're going to see corrected time in a few moments. Right now, Iran became the leader of this race at 30:43, and South Ossetia, to the greatest regret of the fans and the team, was not able to perform. One tank replacement was performed, however, the race was not conducted. Only one tank replacement is allowed by the tank biathlon rules, and if this has been done, it is simply prohibited to replace tanks again. In this case, the crew is not disqualified, actually. Correction, is not disqualified, but it cannot continue the race. It goes to the bottom of the rankings. It's almost 60 kilometers an hour racing the Zimbabwe Arma. All the tanks are outfitted with GPS trackers that provide us with live location and speed data. So far this year, maximum speed logged was 79 kilometers an hour, and there's a lot on the track. But certainly no hurry is needed. These tanks certainly should be paid for. Save your own vehicles. Not everyone flies as hard as 84 kilometers an hour. And 45:17 for Zimbabwe. Second crew has a chance to become the leaders of their team, beating the best time of their first crew. These are important statistics that also need to be considered in further preparation and homework throughout the year back at home. Sharp turn. 4 obstacles remain: the ford, the hill, the anti-tank trench, and the restricted obstacle. Now this is the last race of the day, and tomorrow friends retreat for another treat of the first division teams. Azerbaijan and Mongolia showdown, and the second race for tomorrow will feature second division crews Abkhazia, Tajikistan, and Sudan. Tomorrow, Azerbaijan, Mongolia, first division, Abkhazia, Tajikistan, and Sudan, second division. Stay with the tank biathlon live at the start TV channel, the Ministry of Defense website, Russian Federation, group, YouTube, online. So, supporting Russian Federation, supporting all of the teams taking part in this legendary epic tank biathlon clash. Dear friends, if we look back at the countries co-hosting the Army International Games this year, China, Iran, Venezuela, Mongolia, Azerbaijan, Belarus, Uzbekistan, and even Vietnam are holding various contests of this 8th Army International Games. Zimbabwe careful now, almost breaching the poles. Lucky correcting the tank. About to face the next obstacle is the anti-tank range. Let's hope they don't repeat the mistake from the first crew. This is the last obstacle remaining before the finish line. Let's go, Zimbabwe. Second crew. Almost at the finish line. Good work. Considering the 2-year break Zimbabwe took from the tank biathlon due to the pandemic, Zimbabwe performed strong. We feel that this is a great show from Zimbabwe because at earlier years their results were significantly poorer. Now, please put your hands together for Zimbabwe at the finish line. Bravo, Zimbabwe. 1 hour and 5 minutes. However, time will still be subtracted from this total. Introducing the team. Chatindo Heaven was the tank commander. Corporal Chakanuka Takemore was the gunner, taking more targets for Zimbabwe. And the corporal driver Masinyani Tendai. Thank you very much to all the participants of this raid. Great PT for South Ossetia. Certainly a great PT for everyone. However, well, the unexpected can always happen. The teams are provided with the tanks a week in advance. Certainly, it is responsibility of the teams to maintain their vehicles, to check their roadworthy, check all the equipment. Now, once again, Zimbabwe fans are all here. The war drums, the songs, the dancers welcome the national colors of Zimbabwe in this parade ground. Victory lap for Zimbabwe fans. Memorable occasion, certainly, in this unforgettable show that is the tank biathlon. Unmatched, unforgettable, unrepeated. Certainly, this contest remains unique worldwide. An absolutely brilliant motorsport event. We see Zimbabwe servicemen exchanging military salutes and dancing on top of their tanks. Just look at them celebrating. Results: South Ossetia could not perform. Zimbabwe 48-20, Iran 30-43. 69 kilometers an hour was the best time, was the best speed locked by Iran in this race. And now let's go over to the highlights while Zimbabwe celebrates its finish. This is the total rankings for individual heat. Second division, Myanmar is in the lead, 27-43, followed by Iran, then South Ossetia, 33-06 for the first crew. South Ossetia is certainly a very strong side. And closing the rankings for the second division, second crew Armenia, first crew Sudan, and first crew Zimbabwe. Over 57 minutes, 57-51 closes the rankings in the second division individual hits. Friends, thank you for joining us here today, online and offline at Alamina Army Proving Ground, watching us online in this live broadcast. So this is the TÄNG Biathlon 10th golden anniversary. Individual heats are going to run until the 21st of August. On the 21st of August, we're expecting the showdown from the third cruise of Russian Federation. Showdown against the teams of Belarus, Kyrgyzstan and China. But in the meanwhile, to the highlights of this race. Zimbabwe now, second position in this race. Well, everything has already been said. All that remains is to wish the best of luck to the third group. They need to collect themselves, brace themselves, do their homework, learn some hard lessons that were made by the previous group, and surprise all of the fans. Well, everything is possible, anything is possible yet. Hope Zimbabwe can yet become leaders of the individual heats. We are supporting all of the teams and wishing the best of performance. Just look at Zimbabwe in this race. You just saw the backside skirt being knocked off out of the anti-tank bridge. Braving the board obstacles. Certainly an unforgettable show for Zimbabwe. Slightly different military salutes in Zimbabwe. Hopefully, Iran in the first position can get the ticket into the first division next year. Well, only high praise remains for the coaches and the referees of Iranian team. Fine fire accuracy, minimum mistakes, making for a bright event. That's what we all have come here to see. That's what the fans are expecting. Dear friends, this was your all-time host, Nikolai Fedorov. Co-hosting for the English-speaking audiences, Dmitry Gulinsky. Stay with us for the TÄNG Biathlon. Support Russian Federation. Support all the teams of all the other nations flying their colors here at Alameda. Take care of each other, love each other, and stay well. Your Ministry of Defense, Russian Federation Armed Forces are always here, that always next to you. And a huge thank you to all the fans. And see you again. South Ossetia is on the screen now. We saw that Ossetia was taken off this race and could not continue. See you again.